Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our student support pathway, not pathway, you're just talking about the resources we have for students at LFCC. And so we have some wonderful, presenters that are going to talk about different ways to get help while you're on campus and different places to go for certain things. And so we have an awesome lineup today. My name is Sarah Pengel, and I'm the Student Leadership and Engagement Specialist at Lord Fairfax. And I am moderating this session. So if you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to pop it into the chat, which is at the bottom of your screen. And I will make sure that our presenters get the question so that they can make sure it's answered for you. This session is being recorded so that people can go back and watch it later. And we still want everybody who watches it now and later to be able to enter to win our awesome prizes. We're going to be doing a raffle on Monday, August 24th, which is the first day of classes, and next week, which is unbelievable. And so at the very end of the session, I will post the link for everybody to go in and sign up to win the raffle. Now, what are we raffling? We are raffling an iPad mini, a set of AirPods, and a Nintendo Switch, because who doesn't want one of those? I'm kind of jealous that I can't enter. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to our awesome presenters to tell you about our student resources.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. We've got a great presentation for you. Let's see. Get a presentation going here. Maybe. There we go. So I am Whitney Nelson. I'm first up. I'm going to talk to you guys about library services and give you just a quick demo of the website. We do, of course, have books in the library, which is the first thing everybody thinks of. We have traditional books, we have ebooks, we have audiobooks. We also have, academic articles, magazines, newspapers, streaming video, DVDs. We have computers on campus. Currently, they're not accessible due to the COVID panic, but normally we have Macs and PCs and laptops available for student use inside the library. So those are a very popular service that we have, and a lot of our students usually use those. So hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll be getting back to being able to offer those for student use. We have course reserves, which can be supplemental materials from an instructor. So that might be additional books that they make available in the library for you. Oftentimes it's textbooks. So if you're having difficulty getting a hold of your textbook at the beginning of the semester, normally you would come in and use the book inside the library, but at this time we're allowing students to request like a chapter or two at a time, and we can scan and email that to them, just to kind of hold you over, or if you don't have access to a book just yet. We also have things like microscopes and anatomical models and graphing calculators that are usually available inside the library for use. Again, those are right now being impacted by the restrictions, but normally those are available for student use. We have printers inside the library, as well as a copier and a scanner. Prints are 10 cents per page. So all students get a $5 credit at the beginning of every semester. So though it does cost, as a student, you get at least 50 pages for free. So that's a pretty great little bonus there. I think most students, that gets them through the whole semester. The copier is also 10 cents per page, but that's kind of a different, that's a cash only thing. But usually we can help you make a copy of something without having to go there. Scanner is free. We also have some research and citation guides available through our website that I'm going to show you guys that a lot of our students find really useful. We also have 24-hour live research help. Real librarians, 24 hours a day, and I'll show you guys how you can access that. It's during like Monday through Friday from about 8 a.m. to most of the time midnight. It is an LFCC librarian. So you have someone available almost all the time who can answer questions about LFCC specific resources. On the other hours, like if you get on at 3 a.m., one of us aren't going to be there, but we do have librarians in other parts of the country or in other parts of the world who oversee the service during that time. So you can get research help any time of day. They just won't be able to answer questions about your, SDV assignment or something. We also offer interlibrary loans, which expands our collection beyond what we have on our shelves. So it allows us, if there's a book that's in our collection, that's not in our collection that you need, or a movie or whatever it might be, we can request it from another institution and then loan it out to you. So that's a great service that we offer as well. It's free for students. We have group study rooms available. Of course, right now those are not in use, but generally they're very popular. And you'll also see that sometimes we host special events and activities. We're doing a bi-monthly book club right now. We're also trialing some trivia stuff, and we've done film screenings in the past. So those are definitely things to keep an eye out for if those intrigue you. But I do want to show you guys briefly how to access News website. This is the direct link here, lfcc.libguides.com. I'm not going to take you through there because I doubt any of you are going to remember that. So I do want to show you how to access it from the home page. So let's see if this will open for me. Perfect. Okay, so when you're at lfcc.edu, which all of you should be familiar with, if you click that link in the upper left-hand corner that says libraries, we're the first one, it'll bring you to the library homepage. Now, one caveat with this is we are going currently through a redesign. So over the next year, you're going to see this page change a little bit. But with that being said, it is going to take us a while. So you should be able to navigate from here. But when it's redesigned, hopefully it'll be more user-friendly, so there won't be any confusion. But one of the things I do want to point out is over here you see this little Ask Us box that popped up. That is the 24-hour service, chat service that I mentioned. So if I were to click chat now, actually I can do it. It pops up and it asks me to put in my email, my campus, and my question, and that'll connect you to a librarian currently on campus right now since we're during regular business hours. It would be the same process after those business hours. It would just be a different librarian answering. Let me think. So if you were going to access something like research guides, and I'm going to show you what that is so it doesn't sound so vague. If you go find it, there's this little link that says research guides, and it's by subject, or you can go by all guides. This is a great resource because if you don't even know where to start, and let's say you're working on an English paper, you can come here to your English 111 argumentative paper. And this is a guide that's created to help you find all the resources for that specific assignment. And we have these for nearly every subject or content area. So it will provide you with some research tips, access to search for different types of resources, kind of your best bet databases where you should really start so that you don't have to scour our website trying to find what's relevant to what you need to research right now. So this is a great resource that a lot of our students find really helpful. And like I said, there's one for nearly every subject. Additionally, another heavily used resource that we have is the citation guides. So if you're back at the home page, just find it, citation guides. So oftentimes in our English class or our psychology class or whatever it might be, we have to use different citation styles. And for many of us, we're not going to memorize all those rules, and maybe we're not going to have our book on us all the time we need it, our style guide. We do have kind of cheat sheet here on our website in the citations help. That's broken down into the 3 most commonly used citation styles at LFCC. And it provides you with some tips, just kind of basic format, some helpful links, and citation builders that are more reliable than others. So this is a really useful tool for a lot of our students as well. So I just like to point it out so that everyone knows that it's there. I also want to show you guys how to search the catalog. So you'll see that we have a couple different tabs here. This will change with the website redesign, but it defaults to search everything. So I want to show you how to access it that way. So if you put in your topic, I'm going to say mine's junk food, it's going to bring me up a whole lot of results. And if you scroll through them quickly, you'll see this one says article, this one says video, this one's a book, And so that might be overwhelming for you. Maybe you're just looking for a book. You can use these links, or I mean, these filters on your right-hand side to narrow your search results down based on location, resource type, all of those types of things. Another thing I want to point out about looking at the catalog is that you'll notice that some of these resources will say full text available, while others will give you a physical location. So if it's full text available, that means that it's online. So if you're at home at midnight, you can access that resource right away. If it has a physical location, you can access that as well still during this time. Normally, you would use this little number between the parentheses to go pick it up off the library shelf. But currently, you can put a hold on an item. We'll pull it off the shelf for you and have it on hold up at the desk for you so you can come check it out whenever it's convenient for you. But just be aware that that's what you'll see full text available, or I think you'll see online access. So those are the things that you can access right now. And that's what the majority of our students are accessing during the quarantine. So that's something to keep in mind. Let me think. Also, go back to the website. So in addition to our chat box over here, I did want to point out that we have this little contact us box that's on nearly every page. This gives you access. It gives us your hours for today and link to our full calendar, but it also gives you our other contact information. So if you don't feel like chatting right now, you can text us. That doesn't come to our personal phones. It comes through email. We send it back to you, but it comes back to you as a text. So it's not like we have your number or are going to do anything weird with it. If you have a little more time for your answer, you can email us. We'll get back to you as soon as possible, and or you can call us if you'd rather have somebody verbally walk you through your question. So there's multiple ways to contact us, and we're here for you guys 24 hours a day. There's so much more resources and things that I could introduce you guys to, but I don't get a lot of information coming at you. I don't want to overwhelm you. Does anyone have any questions that I can answer before I hand it off to our next presenter? All right. Well, if you have any, drop it in the chat and we'll discuss it at the end.
Okay, well, now my turn. I am Sonia Four. I'm the Academic Success Coordinator for the college, and that just basically means that I work with a whole lot of different people toward supporting you academically through tutoring, the testing services, and also a system that we call Early Alert. And I'm going to talk with you about all three of those things today. But first, we're going to get started with tutoring. The college offers two different types of tutoring. We have access to 24/7, anytime on-demand tutoring through a service called BrainFuse. Now, BrainFuse offers not only live tutoring in any subject that LFCC offers, but they also offer a paper review service, which is fantastic if you are in any course that is writing intensive and you're writing papers. You can ask for a paper review from BrainFuse, and you get a response from that usually within 24 hours. There are also a lot of really neat academic tools available through BrainFuse, and if we have some time, we might take a look at some of those, or at least guide you on how to find those. The other type of tutoring that we offer is currently being done via Zoom. Just like we're doing now. The meeting would be with full audio and video, and it would be hosted by tutors that are employed by the campus. Now, these tutors generally, in normal times, are working at the campus in our tutoring center, meeting face-to-face with students. But the great thing about Zoom is that it's almost just like being there because of the audio and video function. Our tutors cover a wide range of subjects, though we don't have room for enough tutors to cover every subject that Lord Fairfax offers, like with BrainFuse, but our tutors do cover the most frequently requested subjects like English and math, statistics, accounting, lots of biology. A&P is a big one, anatomy, physiology, history, Spanish, and even some dental hygiene um, help is available. Many of our tutors are current or previous LFCC students who've decided that they really enjoyed their experience and they want to share what they have learned or what they've gained from LFCC with other students. So it's a great group of people, and I'm very fortunate to be able to work with them. So Whitney, can you just take us quickly to the link above there, the academic support link? So as it says, all tutoring, whoops, maybe I did something bad with the link. I thought it opened up for me earlier. Yeah, we just do current students. This is a good way to get there too. Current students, services for students, which is the third one down there. And then scroll down, and traditional tutoring should be the first link there in academic support. So all tutoring begins through BrainFuse. And I'm going to guide Whitney on how to actually open that up for you in just a minute. But full instructions on how to request tutoring, whether it's the anytime on demand, if it's 2 a.m. and you have a math problem that you need help with, you could connect to a BrainFuse tutor. Kind of like the library services. We offer as many hours as we're able to with our own folks, and when we can't, we have a backup system for that. So if it's the middle of the night and you need help, obviously you would need to connect with BrainFuse for a live on-demand tutor for help. But if it were, the middle of the day, you may want to try out a Zoom tutoring, or if you have if it's not immediate help that you need, but you know that you're going to want to connect with someone or plan for that, we have the ability to make appointments with campus tutors in order for them to meet with you in a Zoom room just like this to help you with your subject. So all of those instructions are listed right here on the traditional tutoring page from the LFCC website. It has, and there you can see we've got some illustrations, the difference between asking for the live help with BrainFuse or the tutor match. So you might be asking, well, how do I know if I'm going to have to ask for one or the other? Depending on what help I need and what fits my schedule. Well, Whitney, if you would scroll down just a little bit further, we do have tutors, especially at the Middletown and Fauquier campus. Luray Page is kind of by request only. It's a much smaller center, but we do have tutors located at both campuses. We have that broken up because, as I said, in typical normal times, our tutors would be working at the campus in our tutoring centers and be helping students face to face. So we have that broken down by campus. But right now, it doesn't matter. We're all connecting virtually. So it doesn't really matter which campus you would click on. Middletown, if you click on Middletown, that will open up. And again, we're repeating those instructions just because they are so important. And then if we continue to scroll down, you're going to be able to see all of the tutors that we have at the Middletown campus. There's AJ and Daniel and Jacob and Jenna. And so we've got a whole lot of folks available. You'll see that everything is saying TBA right now for schedule because we're just about to start out the new term, and I'll be filling in their available hours by the end of this week. So this is how you would know what subject the tutors are covering and when they are available. So if you look through this and you see that there isn't a tutor available, maybe you need help with engineering class. Well, we're not going to have a tutor to maybe cover that. And for that, then you would know that you need to connect with a BrainFuse on-demand tutor. But the benefit to at least checking this out and seeing if you're going to be able to work with a campus tutor is that you can connect with them in a Zoom meeting. You can see them, you can hear them. It's a much more similar to a face-to-face experience. With BrainFuse, while it's super, super flexible, 24/7 and every subject area, It is limited in that there is no audio or video. It is a chat type tutoring service. So you would type your question, the tutor would type back a response. Now the tutor for BrainFuse does have access to sharing screen and sharing resources, but it is just a little bit different than having this kind of face-to-face more conversational type assistance. So the first thing you would need to do if you say, oh gosh, I think I need help, please come to the Lord Fairfax website, go to our traditional tutoring, check out what we are offering with our face-to-face or campus tutors. I'm sorry, not face-to-face, our campus tutors who are normally face-to-face, but now are kind of screen-to-screen via Zoom. If they are available at a day and time that you are and covering the subject that you need, I would really encourage you to work with these folks as they are top-notch. If that's not something that works out for you based on schedule or subject area, then BrainFuse is a fantastic option. So Whitney, if you could please just humor me for just a minute. If we go back to the top of the screen where you would have access to click on My LFCC. So if you need to schedule or access the live tutoring with BrainFuse, the kind of on-demand immediate, or if you want to schedule a time to meet with a campus tutor, it's very, very simple. And it all begins with BrainFuse. So if you click on My LFCC and log in there, thank you. And then BrainFuse is going to be, whoops, maybe not. Yes, there it is. I almost didn't see it. So BrainFuse should be an icon that's available for every staff member, faculty member, and student at the campus. So if you click on BrainFuse, the homepage tells you right away, do you need live help right away, immediate live help, or are you looking to be matched with a campus tutor? So depending on which one you're doing, you would select your subject area. If it's making an appointment with a campus tutor, instead of connecting immediately to a tutor, it would take you to a page where you would schedule the time with them. All of their time available in 30-minute increments would be there. You select your time, and an email would be sent to that tutor, letting them know that someone is requesting an appointment with them or a meeting with them. They would reply. It would come right back to your email saying, yes, we're good to go. We're ready to, we're planning to meet. You would give them some information about maybe, what it is that you're struggling with when you're scheduling. But if not, you can do that all at the time that you meet with them. So once your appointment is scheduled, then it's very, very simple to connect with them. It's clicking on a link, and their links are available and listed there with their photo. Their email is there, their Zoom link, so that at any time you just go right back to the LFCC tutoring page and click on their link, and boom, you're in a meeting with them. So it's very, very simple. But again, full instructions are there at the academic support page from the website. I'm happy to answer any questions at all about tutoring before I move on to my next slide. Okay, well, let's go ahead then. The other area of support, and this will kind of be a quick one, is our testing center. In normal times, our instructors often would ask our testing center to proctor exams so that the student would be guaranteed to have a quiet, distraction-free environment, would work within the time frame that the exam is scheduled for. If there is a 1-hour time limit, then the testing center staff makes sure that the student adheres to that 1-hour time limit, whatever materials are permitted or not permitted. So the staff really kind of helps to manage the environment in which a student tests in. And the testing center was a very, very, very busy place until the pandemic. And now the testing center, because there's no way that we can test folks safely, it is currently closed. And we hope that all of this is going to be behind us and the testing center is going to be reopened very soon. But we will we'll continue to gauge our student needs and faculty needs and our risk that go along with that and make sure that when we do reopen, it's only at a time when we can be very safe and consider everyone's health first. But normally we do proctor or administer all types of exams, including the Virginia placement test. So as a new student, that's something that's probably you've discussed very recently with your advisor, typically to find out whether what placement or what courses a student would begin first with in English and mathematics. Students would take the Virginia placement test, but that requirement has been waived right now. And as you know, or as you're finding out maybe this week, you are going to be evaluated on other things through our direct placement process, or through providing transcripts or other test scores and so forth. We also do what's called an AccuPlacer, which is the same kind of placement test, but this is for English speakers of another language. So this evaluates English language skills. And then there are a lot of other things like CLEP and course exams for LFCC or any other college within the Virginia Community College system. And then sometimes folks from the community who are not students would come in and be proctored, things like Automotive Service Excellence and Virginia Department of Transportation. So as I said, it was a really busy hopping place, and we hope to get back to that real soon. We also have a what's called a Pearson View testing center adjacent to our regular testing center. It's a small center, but it's very important because we do offer GED testing and some other high stakes certification exams like CompTIA in the computer world and some other things. And that also is currently closed, but will reopen down the road. So that's it for testing. Just fingers crossed that we're able to get back to doing that in the near future. And the last thing that I want to talk about is called Early Alert. Now, you're probably getting the idea that there's a lot of support, and we haven't even begun to get through this presentation yet this morning, but you can already see that there is a lot of support available. And communication between all of the departments that offer support is the most important thing. And in any relationship or in any job or a business, communication is key to everything. And we've set up a way for your teachers and your advisors to have constant communication, and also to be able to communicate with you in a very simple kind of software application. We could email, but tons of email always. So rather than email each other, we use a system called Early Alert. We have a software called Navigate, and through Navigate, a teacher or an advisor can raise what we call an alert on a student. So they would go into their Navigate software, and they would say maybe, oh, this student is doing great. I want to just give this student a thumbs up right now. And they could send what's called a kudo to the student. And in that case, the student would get an email saying, hey, great job, or you're really showing improvement. You're doing really well. So if you ever get an email as a student from that email address listed at the top in red at gradesfirst.com, please don't disregard that or throw that away. It looks like junk mail because it says no reply, but please try to remember that and take a look at that, because it could be a communication from your advisor or from your instructor. So we also have other types of alerts that will either alert you as the student, or alert the faculty or the advisors, or everyone at the same time, depending on the type of alert. We have an alert that a faculty can send called technology resources. So if an instructor feels that maybe a student has indicated that their home Wi-Fi doesn't always work 100%. The teacher could send a list of technology resources, including where to find hotspots in the area, how to access the campus Wi-Fi from the parking lots at the different campuses, or your computer is on the fritz. We do have an opportunity to have loaner laptops from the campus. So a whole list of resources would come out for the student. Also, if the teacher thought maybe, maybe the progress that a student was making was really just not where it needed to be, and was concerned and wanted to offer more support. Or maybe there's a danger actually of failing the course. The teacher could send that alert, and this time that information would also go to the advisor. So the advisor could reach out to the student and help connect them with something like tutoring support or any of our other academic support services. So it's just like having a big, nice big blanket that wraps all around you, and you're getting support from every side, from our support staff and our services and departments, from the teachers and the advisors. Behind the scenes, there could be some communication that you would not receive an email about and you wouldn't know about. For instance, if the teacher thought maybe the student could benefit from tutoring, or maybe just needed some help in adjusting to online classes, then that notification would come to me, and I could be reaching out, or a tutor could be reaching out to the student to offer those services. Then sometimes maybe there's just a note that a teacher wants to send out to the advisor, and they can just write a short note and send that to the advisor. So just know that we are communicating, and we are always concerned, number one, always about your academic success. And we're going to do whatever we can do and communicate with each other to ensure that everyone's pulling in the same direction, and everybody's rowing in the same direction in this boat that we are in. And I think that finishes it up for me. Thanks so much for giving me your time and your ear this morning, and I'll stop talking now.
Thanks, Sonia. So my name is Julie Fainter, and I'm the success coach at the Fauquier campus of Lord Fairfax Community College. I'm going to talk to you about some other student support services that are available. So we do have different services at the different campuses, and TRIO is the first one we'll talk about. This is for students at the Middletown campus, and it provides support for students who meet certain criteria, either a first-generation college student, and what that means is that neither of your parents have a bachelor's degree. And I believe this is Sarah's program. You can double check the qualifications by going to the application, because it will spell out exactly what the qualifications are. But I believe that that's the definition, that neither of your parents have a bachelor's degree, and that would be considered a first-generation college student. The program is also for students who are low income or who have a disability. The great thing about this program is it provides that extra support that, again, if you're coming from a background in a family where maybe you're the first one to go to college and nobody else has had that experience, it can be hard to know what the steps are that you need to take to be successful. So the TRIO program provides that individualized coaching and advising, kind of an integrated one-stop shop where you go and meet with them, and they can really help walk you through the process of being successful in college, knowing which classes to schedule when. They have at the Middletown campus a student lounge space that, again, when we get back to being out of this pandemic situation, it's a great place for students to be able to go to, to have a quiet study space, to get free printing. There's lots of assistance there. They have free snacks. It's a really nice little area that you can spend some time hanging out in and focusing on the work that you need to get done for your classes. The TRIO program also offers some financial assistance, which again can be really, really helpful if you're struggling to figure out how to pay for school. Having that little bit of extra financial assistance can really be a great benefit. This program also offers early registration for students who are enrolled, and that can be extremely helpful, especially as you get into maybe your third and fourth semester here at Lord Fairfax, where you need specific courses in order to finish your degree. And if you have the ability to register for those courses early, you're sure to get a seat in them before they fill up. So that can be extremely helpful. And they also have celebrations and events so that you get to know other students and sort of build a network of support for yourself and just get to know other students and have some fun while you're here at Lord Fairfax. So if you meet one of those 3 qualifications, you can apply for the TRIO program at the link that's listed on the screen. You would fill out the application, and then someone will get back to you with the next steps, and they'll be able to connect you with some of the great resources that we have available. So again, the TRIO program is for students at the Middletown campus. Another program that we have, and this is for students at any campus, is the Great Expectations program, and that is for students who at some point in their life were in the foster care system. This also offers the individualized advising and coaching, and these students get a free laptop, which also can be fantastic because that can be an expense that is difficult to manage when you're on a really limited budget. They also have the lounge space, the free printing, the early registration, the financial assistance, and they offer gas cards and other incentives for attending your classes. So Anna Jane Cribbs manages the Great Expectations program. So again, if you have been in foster care at any point in your life, reach out to Anna Jane and learn more about that program and what you need to do to enroll. So I'm gonna switch over to the chat real quick. So yes, apparently I got some confirmation that first generation means that neither of your parents has a bachelor's degree. So thank you for clarifying that, Sarah. The income levels for the TRIO program, I believe are included in the application. So I would definitely go to that application link and take a look. But you could reach out to, can somebody put Sarah's email in the chat so that they can reach out directly to her to get more information about the income requirements? There we go, the seaton@lfcc.edu. Yeah, so you only need to meet one of the criteria to qualify for the TRIO program. Either you're a first generation college student, or you're low income, or you have a disability. So again, it could work for students who have financial aid or who don't have financial aid. That doesn't really matter. But if you're a first generation college student, you definitely qualify. If you need to qualify based on one of the other requirements, I would reach out to Sarah at the seaton@lfcc.edu to get more information. Or you can just take a look at the application, because that has, it's very comprehensive. There's a lot of information you need to fill in there. So that might answer your questions as well. But thank you for those questions. I appreciate the opportunity to clarify. Yeah, so definitely, you know, it's not too late to reach out to them for the fall semester, because they still might be able to help you. So I would encourage anyone who thinks they might meet those criteria to reach out, because it's a great program. So the next program I wanted to talk to you about is the Path to Success program, and this is for students at the Fauquier campus. So this is the program that I'm involved with, and it provides a lot of the same resources as the other programs, but we get our funding from different sources, so that's why there are slightly different criteria that we need to meet in order to say that a student is eligible for the program. So the Path to Success program also offers that single point of contact to help you navigate the college experience. It's for students who are first generation. It's for returning students who are adults and just feel a little bit lost about, like, what are the next steps to take, you know, worried about just getting back into the whole swing of college. So it's one-on-one coaching. Here at the Fauquier campus, we have a small textbook and supply lending library. So we have internet hotspots that students can check out for the semester that have free data. So if you are challenged, as many of us are, with not having unlimited data that we can use, that could be a resource that could be helpful for you. And also, you know, sometimes textbooks, if you know, maybe don't have financial aid that covers textbooks, it can be a challenge. Some of those books are really expensive. So we do have some books in our textbook lending library, and we have funds that we're able to purchase textbooks and access codes for courses for students at the Fauquier campus who don't have any other way to pay for them. So that can be a good resource as well. To apply for this, it's a very easy application because the criteria is not very stringent. So it's the lfcc.edu/pathapply. And basically, I just ask for your contact information, and then I'll connect with you and we'll have a conversation about what I can offer that would be the most beneficial for you. So the Path to Success program also has some limited scholarship funds available that can help with either tuition or with living expenses. Some students struggle to be able to pay for gas or for food. So there are some funds available if you meet certain criteria. And the criteria for this program is if you're low income, but it's not based on the poverty level. So you might qualify even if you don't think maybe that you're low income. And it's also for students who need to take developmental math or developmental English classes. So those would be things that would allow you to qualify for the Path to Success program to receive the direct financial aid. But the other support is really available to any student who feels that they could benefit from just a little bit more guidance through the college process and just a little extra support. So again, my email address is there, jfainter@lfcc.edu. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about the Path to Success program, what I might be able to do to help you as you navigate through your college journey. So the next slide is the food pantry, and there is a food pantry available both at the Middletown campus and at the Warrenton campus, the Fauquier campus. There is an application at the web address listed on the screen. So you can go in and you can place an order and mark the items that you would like to receive from the list that they have provided. So it's a really simple process. And with the campus being, in the pandemic mode, it's a little bit different than it used to be. So you would fill out the application online, and then we'll notify you when your bag of food is ready for you to pick up, and you can come in and get it when that's ready. But we are very concerned about the students that come to our campus that have that food insecurity and maybe are skipping meals because they can't afford to pay the cost of food. So we wanted to be sure to meet that need in a way that's easy for students to navigate and meets what they need as far as being able to provide some food to sort of help you get through and make sure that you're not going hungry. So definitely the food pantry is open to any student. We don't ask you a lot of questions to make sure you qualify. If you're hungry, we want you to reach out to us, and let us know, and we want to be able to help. So I would encourage anyone who has a need in that area to definitely go on and fill out the food pantry application, and we can help you with that. And then the last slide that we have for our presentation today is about the WeCare website. So WeCare is an online database of community resources that can help you with many of the different needs you might be experiencing. And we know, especially in this pandemic, where a lot of people have lost jobs, or maybe in some unstable housing situations, or don't have the technology support that maybe they used to have. So we've tried to pull together a comprehensive list of organizations and services that are available in our area, and it's broken down by county. Since we are a very large service area, there are different services that are provided in different areas, but we do have a comprehensive list of community organizations that can help with all of the things that are listed on the screen there. So we encourage you to, if you have a need, to go to the website, the lfcc.edu/WeCare. Take a look through the resources that are listed to see if there's something that would meet the need you're experiencing. And if not, there's a short survey form that you can fill out where you can let us know what your need is, and we can help to see if there is an organization out there that can help you meet that need, and we can connect you with them. Or if maybe it's something that we have resources that we can help you with, that maybe just aren't obvious, because we do have a lot of resources on campus that you might not be aware of. So if you do have a need, we would encourage you to reach out and let us know. And we have a We Care committee that can help. So again, this is a resource that's available that can help with some of the many needs that our students experience while they're here at LFCC. And you might not have a need right now, but we know, especially in these very uncertain times, that things change constantly. So if you do find that you have a need in one of these areas in the future, just know that that website is available, and we're available to help with those needs. So reach out. You can reach out to your advisor if, at some point later in the semester you don't remember that this website exists with all the resources listed. And we're happy to see what we can do to help you be successful, because we don't want one of these barriers to become something that stops you from completing your degree. And Sarah, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right. Well, I have been fielding some questions in the chat. They were private, so I was able to take care of those. So you were spawning some questions in your talk just now. But yes, if you have any more questions that are private, or if you'd like to ask for the greater good, please feel free to pop it into the chat. And these fabulous ladies can help answer your questions. But just, the overall message is that we have a way to help you with just about everything. All you have to do is reach out and ask. If depending on who your touchstone is at the college, if it's your advisor, or if it's a librarian, if it's somebody in the testing center, like, just send them an email and say, I'm having this problem, like, who do I go to ask? And they are more than happy to point you in the right direction. So, half of the battle is just speaking up and asking one of us for help. And I don't know anybody on campus that wouldn't help you try to figure out how to break down some barriers and get you where you need to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and share the slide to enter to win. Again, you can win an iPad mini, a set of AirPods, or a Nintendo Switch, which is pretty sweet. And here is the link for that. And then once you have that filled out, if you want to go ahead and tell us goodbye before you leave, we would love to see you, and we're sad that we can't see you in person right now, but please, reach out to us. Don't be shy. That's what we're here to do. I will go ahead and